The next topic you need to know in detail is the carbon cycle. The carbon cycle can start at any one of these points. It's a massive circle, so we'll go through each thing in turn. Animals release carbon dioxide into the air through the process of respiration. Process of respiration is where you take sugar and you breathe in oxygen and you breathe out carbon dioxide and water. So this carbon dioxide that this sheep is breathing out is going straight into the air. Carbon dioxide from the air is taken by plants in through the process of photosynthesis. This is where you take carbon dioxide and water and produce glucose and oxygen. So photosynthesis here is the exact opposite of respiration. So far we've said the sheep breathes out carbon dioxide into the air. Plants take the carbon dioxide from the air and produce energy through the process of photosynthesis. So now we're over here. Animals feed on plants. So the carbon from the plant that it's taken from the air is now cycling all the way back round to the animal. So that's one circle already. Feeding, respiration, photosynthesis. Feeding, respiration, photosynthesis. Any waste material that animals make goes straight into the ground. Once it's in the ground, it starts to decay. The same thing happens when the animal dies, it goes into the ground and starts to decay. And the same thing happens when the plant dies, it goes into the ground and starts to decay. The carbon that the plant's got and the carbon that makes up the sheep's body goes back into the ground. And once it's in the ground, bacteria called decomposers start to break down that carbon. So now they get the carbon. So the sheep has breathed out carbon, plants have taken it in, animals have fed on plants, animals and plants have died and produced waste material which has made the carbon go back into the ground to be taken up by bacteria. All this dead matter and stuff that's in the ground can be compressed and eventually over thousands of years forms fossil fuels. So now the carbon from the bodies of these has gone into the ground and has then been compacted to form fossil fuels. When we burn those fossil fuels, the carbon that was in them is now released back into the air. So there's another cycle. Dead plants and animals and animal waste has gone into the ground, it's been compressed, it's formed fossil fuels, they've been burnt and the carbon dioxide is released back into the air. So the carbon cycle basically is just a load of circles. You've got animals are made of carbon, breathe out, plants get eaten, so the carbon goes from there to there. Plants take in carbon dioxide from the air. Plants, by the way, are the only way that carbon dioxide is released from the air. Only way that carbon dioxide is reduced in the air and it goes back into the plant. They then die, go into the ground, all the carbon goes then into bacteria. Or it becomes compressed over thousands of years, forms fossil fuels, they get burnt, and the carbon dioxide is then released again into the air. So the carbon cycle is just a series of circles.